All right, welcome back to episode number 91 of the Idols to Rivals podcast. If this is your first time listening, this is a podcast we upload every Wednesday. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, whatever they call it, Google Play, wherever you can find podcasts, that is where it is uploaded. And we also recently have started back up the YouTube video version of it. So if you look up Idols to Rivals or on Spotify, YouTube, either one, you'll be able to see the podcast and be able to listen. This week, I'm joined back again by Luciano.
How's it going?
And we took a little bit of a hiatus the past 2 weeks, and we'll get into the reasoning. It wasn't just us being lazy as shit. It was more of we had a bunch of stuff going on and some good stories to tell you along the way. So we'll just kind of get into it. We'll recap where we left you off about a week and a half ago, starting off on what happened last weekend. So, Luch, you wanna take it away?
Yeah, for sure. Typical Saturday night, just going out with the boys. Happened to meet up with two of my other buddies who I know from down here. So, and they were with one of their friends. So we were all chilling, having a good time. Got some gin. Typical day in the office. But yeah. So after that, we all hang out after the bars and stuff close and things like that. So they're, smoking and stuff back here at my apartment and doing whatever. We're all just chilling, vibing, listening to music, music videos, shit like that. And this kid leans over to us and he's like, "Yo, this is my first time smoking." And they were like pretty deep into their session, and I was like, "Okay, man, like you're chilling. Like I don't know what you want to tell. I don't know what you want me to do about it, but you guys are chilling." And he just kept bringing it up like a lot. So I think he's starting to get a little weirded out. And then so they're on the last blunt, and these guys are like, "Yo, Wu-Tang it," and he's like, "What?" They're like, "Yeah, just like swallow the blunt, whatever." And he's like,
And for those of you that don't know what that means, it basically means you smoke it down, whatever you're smoking, cigarettes, what have you, devil's lettuce. And basically means you smoke it until you suck it down your windpipe, which is the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Normally something you do if you're in like high school or some shit.
Yeah, like I haven't seen that done like in a long time. But anyway,
years.
Yeah, he does that, and they're still all smoking and stuff. And then all of a sudden, like you can see like a change go over this guy's face. Like he's just like not here anymore.
As white as a ghost.
Yeah, like he's like gone. Like he's in another planet, right? So like he's like leaning back and he's just fucked up. And then he starts throwing up on his shirt and shit, like throwing up on himself. And so we throw him in the bathroom and just leave him there pretty much. Like his friends give a fuck what was going on with that guy. Like, so we leave him there. And I mean, if you looked in my bathroom, it looked like a dead body from like World War Z. Like he was just laying there. There's throw up everywhere. It looked like blood. It was fucking disgusting. And yeah, so like, I mean, they left him there for what? An hour and a half, maybe 2 hours.
At least, I mean, they would go in every now and again, kind of, make sure he's good to go. But he's just on the floor, just spinning. Just the worst feeling in the world. And he's just like, "Oh God, this is terrible." just not feeling great at all.
And he's like halfway in my shower, halfway out. But all you can
and
see
he's also hammered at this point as well.
Yeah,
he came in hammered to begin with.
But all you can see from my bathroom is just his feet, just like sprawled out. So then they're ready to get out of here, and they're like trying to stand him up, and he like can barely stand. And my one buddy's just like screaming at him, like, "Come on, dude, just snap out of it!" Like no like awareness of what's actually happening. And so they finally stand him up, and he throws up again in the sink. But when they stand him up, he like it looks like he stood on like a rocket ship. Like he had no like awareness or like balance at all. Like they had to like carry him around or whatever, and like they slammed him into the walls and door and shit. And
he was rubber manning off both walls in the hallway.
And then they were gone. And like I can't even imagine what the fuck they looked like because they parked down the street. So I mean they were just carrying this like dead corpse.
Oh, I didn't realize they were down the street. They weren't in the parking garage.
Yeah, so they just carried this dead corpse fucking down the fucking second half or whatever. But yeah, and then you go in there and there was just puke like fucking everywhere. It was so fucking gross. And so I wake up the next day, I'm still so hungover, and I'm like, dude, are you fucking kidding me? I gotta clean this shit up. So I try to clean it up 3 times, and every time I like fucking gagged. So
You start throwing up.
so I let it sit there for a day, and then it was fucking disgusting cleaning it up. But
Oh God. Yeah. Moral of this story is peer pressure. Don't fall into it. Because this was a classic example of him just trying to show out to random people and his buddies and just
yeah,
absolutely fucking backfired.
yeah.
Complete. And he was a cool dude. Like
Oh, he
nothing
was a nice
against
guy. Yeah, he was.
nice guy, nothing against him. But I mean, he made it all of like, doing deep talks, like you said, music video bullshit, just chilling post game and after the bar. And then it was just, just the one step too far, just gets absolutely destroyed.
Yeah, that's a bad feeling too. Like I hate that. And if you're doing it in someone you don't even know's apartment, that I would probably have the worst anxiety ever the next morning.
Oh yeah, I would
For
be
sure.
ghost protocol for the next couple weeks or so.
Yeah, yeah. That would be fucking tough.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Clean it up, and bathrooms spick and span.
Spick and span onto the next. Yeah, and so kind of the flip side to that coin, speaking of hungover. So yeah, this all happened Saturday night. Sunday morning, I have to leave to a flight to middle of nowhere, Ohio. And I was feeling like brutal. And I made a pact a while back, like a year or so ago, to never, me and actually my father did, to never fly hungover ever again. And every single flight I've taken since that last May, I've been hungover on a flight.
Yeah,
So it didn't work. It's kind of like that thing of where you're like, oh, every time you say you're going out for like you're gonna take it easy tonight, you go harder than when you say you're gonna have a normal night. It's kind of
right.
that bullshit. And so I called Luch in Nashville on my commute. Which if you've never been to the Nashville airport, it's just full of beautiful people in cowboy hats. So not the worst place to have a layover in, but I called Luch and it was just, he gave me a FaceTime update because I was sweating and just eating Cheez-Its and Body Armor water to try to survive. Meanwhile, my end destination was Ohio. So it was like, even when I
Yeah,
get there, I have to start work tomorrow at 8 a.m. and I'm fucking feeling terrible. I packed like one suit. So this was another mistake that I've made and that a bunch of people I know, friends and family, have made. Packing last minute. And then I woke up at 9 a.m. I think my flight was at 2 and just packed, just still absolutely hammered.
oh
Packed
yeah,
one suit, one pair of khakis, no belt. I actually don't know where my belt is currently right now. I have no belt. That it's been 2 weeks now since this happened. No belt, khakis, one pair of Lululemon shorts, one pair of Lululemon sweats, and 4 polos. So I wore the same pants every day for work and then shorts after work and then just switched out polos. So that was miserable. And we had professional photos. I had to iron a sports coat, the one sports coat I brought, which was the wrong one. So yeah, it was an absolute shit show. Also ended up getting violently sick. I don't know. Everyone's freaking out about this, like monkeypox or whatever the fuck. I don't think it was that. It was just like common flu,
yeah.
but which I haven't had in years. And it beat my ass. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of that week. It was, I never got the flu growing up that many times. Haven't got it in 5-6 years, but it kicked my fucking ass. So I'm sitting there in literally a cornfield in Ohio in a double tree, just wrap myself in blankets so I can hopefully sweat it out. And it was fucking brutal.
Damn, I know you got sick. That's ass, dude.
Yeah,
Especially
got super sick. A guy I was training with came down. He says he got it there, which I don't believe that because he left Tuesday because he was feeling that sick Monday night. So I don't think it would have hit you one day in.
nah,
But yeah, me and 2 other people, actually all the people that were on my floor, weirdly enough, we all got super sick. It was all, it wasn't COVID shit. It was all like neck and above, like super tired, just pouring sweat at night. And then just like a cough that's just from like your nose, like just
right.
that up top. And they were saying allergies. It may have been. I've never been allergic to anything, so I don't really think it was pollen. It could have been. I have no idea, but it was hell. And then I had to wake up, 8 to 5, put on a nice face, do training, and then just burn through a week and then fly back. So yeah, it was terrible. And the start to the trip just kind of let it off with all that fun. But I can't imagine how he's feeling. So at least he didn't get on the plane.
Yeah, that would have been bad for him if he got on a plane.
Probably would have missed it. And my dumbass, we were talking whenever everyone had left and it was just me and you. My dumbass, like I was like, oh, I set an alarm for like every 5 minutes from 9 o'clock to 2 o'clock because I was like, I'm gonna miss my flight. I'm gonna get fired. Like last
Right.
week of training, and this is where I fuck it up. And so I like the alarms go off, and then I finally kind of I like throw my shit together early on, blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh, I got to Uber to the airport. Which, if you don't know, Fort Lauderdale Airport is pretty fire. It's really small. You can get through it pretty quick. Every time I've been, knock on wood. But yeah, it was like 11:30 or noon, and I was like, wait, dude, I have another hour before I have to call this Uber. So was trying to get some sleep, but I'm done flying hungover. I say that now, and it'll happen again next time, but it sucks so bad.
Sunday flight is destined to happen, but yeah, I was supposed to drive you, and I wake up at like 3 and my alarm's blaring off, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta drive Jack to the airport. And I look at my phone, and I was like, oh, he's already on the damn plane.
Yeah, I figured we were not both gonna be up for that, but I'm just happy I made it, man. It was so brutal. And then flying back, I got super delayed. Absolute nightmare. And this was a couple other things, which I don't know if somebody tweeted it or somebody talked about it, but dude, why does it feel like, even when you're flying with friends, because I was flying solo on this business trip, why does it feel like illegal to talk on an airplane? I was thinking about this because there was like a couple next to me or across the aisle, and they were just like, they're like whispering to each other. And I'm like, honestly, it's kind of weird that they're whispering to each other, not just having a full blown conversation.
What is weird when you got someone like right up your fucking ass for 3 hours or whatever. Like, I don't know if you want, like, I'm not going to be, I'm not going to be as candid as I would if we're just having a personal
conversation. Oh, you don't think so? You don't think in a tube of 150 strangers, you're just going to let it rip?
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I usually don't talk on planes. Like, regardless of who's sitting next to me, I don't care if it's like Michael Jordan, I probably wouldn't. I'd say like hi to him, but I wouldn't strike up a convo. I'll just do my own thing.
No, for sure. And even that was the thing too, is like I abide by it too. Even if I'm with like, I think last flight I took with friends was like James was sitting next to me or like somebody else. And I remember it was just kind of like before takeoff, all good to go. Takeoff happens, put your earbuds in, silence, and then you land, and then you're like, all right, let's go. Like it's weird that we're all conditioned to, including me by a mile. It's weird that is, which it's kind of good though. If it was just a fucking like city bus in the sky, that would be hell.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'd rather, I'd rather just dial in for the flight and get the shit over with because I hate
lock in and just ask. Another thing too, I don't know, and I'm going to Google this live. I was actually going to wait to see what your opinion was. Do you think, before I Google this, do you think that the whole not using cell phone shit on the plane is just bullshit? Because I totally do. In 2022.
I was thinking about that actually. Like, why can you not use your phone? Why does 5G not work when you're in the air? That makes absolutely no sense to me.
Isn't 5G from a satellite? Shouldn't it be everywhere?
That's what I was running. I wondered that on my way to Austin, and I was like, why the fuck is this not? Like, right, it turns off pretty quickly though. Like, I remember I was in a mid-text conversation when I was taking off, and like we had just taken off, and like the message didn't send. I was like, bro, we're like not even 10,000 feet in the fucking air. Like, how is this not sending?
Yeah, and mine always. So I've had AT&T since like the dawn of time. Mine has never worked. I see people post snaps in the air. I don't know how they do that. Even if I'm on like Delta Wi-Fi, all you can do is use Delta's website, and that's pretty much it.
Oh yeah, the Wi-Fi sucks.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi is trash. So I don't get how people are taking Snapchat, because I always wanted to post one where it was like, you're going like 653 miles an hour. I've always wanted to do that, but by the time we land and I like can actually use the photo, we're not going that speed anymore, so I can't use it. So I don't know how people are using their phones. I keep my shit on. I don't turn it into airplane. Like, why?
No, I don't either.
And it's just like, either way, it's not like I can't do anything. I can't use 5G, disappears, and then everything else, cellular is gone, whatever is gone. And so I'm reading it here, and I'm like, it's Google, why can't we use cell phones? And this is from 2009. It goes, they're worried about it emitting radio signals that officials worry will interfere with aircraft communications or flight control, navigational and other onboard electric. Dude, there's no fucking shot Like, and I'm Mr. I hate flying, so I get it. Like, I don't want to be the one that takes it down because that's my worst fear. But do we really not have anything in place that my iPhone, like, I can't check Twitter without it being like a fucking security threat?
Yeah, that makes no sense. That would mean like if you're near any air traffic control, you would not have a cell phone.
Exactly. I didn't even think about that. What about, okay, air traffic control is hovering above where everyone's waiting in the lobby. Every single person in the world is streaming, texting, FaceTiming all at the same time directly under the tower.
Yeah, that makes no sense. I don't
Horse
know what
shit.
that's about.
Can't confirm. Horse shit.
Yeah. Plus the fucking hey, put your seatbelt on and make sure your tray is up when you land. Like, dude, if we crash, that tray, number one, that tray, the seatbelt's doing nothing. And what's the tray gotta do?
Yeah, I'd rather have the tray fucking spear the top of my head off and call it a day than so another thing, and I've asked who did I ask? I think I asked Dylan about him being a flight attendant, and he didn't really give me a straight answer. But I had heard from someone whose mother was a flight attendant that the whole like sit down, and if you're watching the YouTube video version, you can see this actually. But basically, you know how you put your head between your knees and then you hold the back of your neck. I was told that is for the insurance company of the airplane, so you die quicker. Because if you're putting pressure on your neck and then you fucking hit the brakes really hard, you're gonna break that neck. And so I heard that was so people get killed and not injured, saving United a bunch of lawsuits because you're dead rather than a payout. That one I've heard from not the greatest sources in the world is true, but I see it. It makes sense to me physics wise and legally and financially. It makes a lot of sense as to why they'd rather have a one-time dead person payment than a forever crippled person payment.
Yeah. Plus, these airlines, like, they don't give a fuck. They'll cancel your flight and they'll be like, my bad, sorry. And you're just
I've been seeing a lot more of this on like TikTok and shit, but they were doing the whole like, hey, we're super booked, which how do you overbook a flight? Fuck you. But they're like, hey, we're super booked. We'll give you like a $600 we'll give you $600. We'll give you a new plane ticket for free, reimburse you basically. So that's $1,200, and then will give you a hotel. And like I've heard that before a couple of years ago, but literally I saw like 5 or 6 people stand up and run over, and they're like, "Oh, I'll do that." And
I would take that as They don't.
Dude, if I wasn't going on a work trip, know it.
I haven't seen that in a long ass time.
Yeah, I think they were going to Colorado because for some reason I always sit one away from my terminal, which I don't know why I always do this, but I sit one whatever.
Oh, gate. Yeah, I do the same
gate
thing.
over. I sit one gate over just to kind of, because there's normally seats because they're like they go off at different times. So I always am one gate over. So I was sitting in like the Boulder, Colorado seating section, and there were actually these people from Lubbock. Weirdly enough, I don't know why they're going to Colorado. They were talking about, they're like all doing like rock paper scissors. Like I'll fucking stay in Nashville one other night. Why not?
Yeah, dude, that's a good deal actually. But yeah, I also stay in I do the same shit. Sit like a gate over, and on my way back from Austin, my flight got delayed 4 hours, so I was fucking sick. But I'm sitting in the Salt Lake, Utah one, and dude, I'm plugged into my thing. I'm sitting on the edge. The flight takes off in like 6 hours, right? This family pulls up and there's like, oh, there's an outlet right there, the one I'm sitting at, because there's 2. And this whole family sits right next to me. I'm like, dude, this fucking terminal is fucking
so
empty.
big.
You gotta sit right fucking next to me. It's fucking
Dude, they're all NPCs. If you think you're walking through the airport and these people have lives and memories and like coexist, they don't. Like one out of every 100 do, but they're all just floaters, man. I swear to God, these people are just hired to just walk back and forth in whatever gate.
There's no way there's that many people.
There's no shot.
It's ridiculous. And they all like walk around and then they'll just like stop and like just stand there. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? You're walking down a fucking hallway with thousands of people behind you, dog. Like, have a little like awareness.
Oh yeah, exactly. They're walking and you guys are just like, maybe there's a plane that just got out behind you and it's just no joke, a dead stop in the middle of the like going to the main hub, and they're just like, oh wait, let me check my phone and hit the brakes, and it's like,
Yeah.
or they'll fucking all of a sudden they're looking at their phone and they're like, oh, now's a good time to just bob and weave. So they'll be down and they'll just be right, left, right,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
every step that you take, they're
Oh my
countering
God.
it with just precision.
In GTA, like in the old GTA games, when you were running, you could just like shoulder guys.
Oh yeah.
You should be able to do that to those guys. Just fucking give them a little tap. If they just
I
stand
agree.
still in the middle of the walkway.
There should be just like either a terminal or like one wing of the, no pun intended, of the airport that's like people that have shit to do and lives to live,
Yeah.
and then people that are just here to have a good time. Honestly,
Oh,
you could do that in pretty much any setting. You could do that at a bar, you could do that, but you need people that have no idea what's going on, don't really have a life to get back to, and then people that are like, I'm trying to get in and out of here as fast as fucking possible, and you
Right.
guys are making it hard.
Right. Yeah, like the guy who forgets to take his shoes off through security.
Oh yeah,
The guys who just
exactly.
book
Like
into
put
it.
those all on the fucking left side.
Yeah,
Let
get
them
them.
go. Have the, because they don't realize that other idiots don't realize that that's how it is. Like they
No.
let them
Well,
have their
that's
fun stuff. Dude, I am a machine. I am fucking hat
yeah,
off,
bro. Me too.
wallet, phone, everything in my hat. All shoes off, backpack, next one. Boom. I'm 2 buckets. I'm in and out. I'm gone.
Yeah, it's done. It's done. It's
And also,
like,
these people don't realize, like, yo, tell them, like, a watch and a chain. I'm like, yo, I'm wearing a chain. I have a watch. It'll probably pop. They're like, okay, bet. Boom. They're like, oh, around your neck and around your wrist. Oh, you already told me.
yeah,
All right,
every
go.
time.
And it's like, I'm in and out. I don't fly that much, and I figured this shit out.
Yeah, you can fly one time and you pretty much figured it out. It's really
Right.
not hard.
You find out all the cheat codes. And I'm not a big, like, obviously, if there's a huge layover, like, I'll get a meal or something like that. But I'm not a big, like, oh, well, what are you feeling? Blah, blah. It's an airport. It's like if I don't see something that's like I'm going to and I'm getting food, I'm getting 2 bags of chips and a Gatorade and a water, and then that's
Yeah,
it. And then
I'm
I'll
just
wait.
going to the gate.
If it's 2-3 hours, I'm getting bags of chips. I want to be mobile. I want to be able to move. The worst is flying solo and then having to either bring all your bags in the bathroom with you or
Oh yeah, I hate that.
asking a stranger, dude. I asked this sweet old lady. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Like I don't want to bring my huge ass duffel bag and my backpack in the bathroom. So I like asked this lady, and of course she just only speaks Spanish. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, hey, can you watch this? Blah, blah, blah. And her son, she was with like her grandkids, her son. And I was like, no. I was like, no big deal. I was like, can you just watch this while I run to the bathroom real quick? And they were just not understanding. Yeah, mira. And I was just like, and they finally got it. They were just gave me a smile and a thumbs up. So I assumed they understood, but I was just like, I'm going to make this fast as possible.
Yeah.
Because I'm leaving 2 large black bags with these people that I don't really think understood what I was trying to talk about. But they kept it safe for me. They got my back. And but that's the worst is when you have to be like, am I talking to a stranger or am I bringing this shit and putting it on my neck while I'm in the bathroom?
Yeah, I would bring it. Fuck it.
Yeah, I normally do, but I was just like, we kept getting delayed in Atlanta to fly back here. And I was just like, I'm kind of sick of holding this shit. And we're delayed 2 more hours. And my buddy had already flown into town to meet me here, and he'd been here for 4 hours at the pregame, and I'm still not in town. So I felt bad too. So it was a nightmare.
Yeah, airports are nightmares, dude. Like probably worst place in America, I would say.
Airports, DMVs, and cell phone stores. Fucking top 3.
Yeah.
I don't even think jail's on the top 5 with just terrible places to be at.
DMV, post office is pretty bad.
Oh, post office is fucking garbage.
Yeah, it's just anything that's like has like a Fed thing involved is
anything federal, and you have to go like where the local people are at.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just NPC gathering places, man. I swear to God.
Dude, I know. I don't know. Yeah. It's crazy, dude. Down here, I feel like has more characters than like anywhere else. Like I was in Walgreens the other day, and I'm just bopping around doing getting whatever the fuck I gotta get. And this guy comes in, dude, in a bathing suit, old guy, like old blonde guy, bathing suit, like some raggedy ass fucking shirt, no shoes. And they're playing Girls Want to Have Fun on the speaker. Dude, and he's just singing it full volume, like no fucks. Like, dude, that guy's an NPC, dude. He's just like a fucking glitched or some shit like that.
No, there are A-type people out there. Everyone that listens to this podcast, definitely not an NPC. But if you look around, if you take a moment next time you're out in these environments, in a
Yeah.
post office, getting your new iPhone, Apple Store is a great example. A little bit better because it's a little cleaner, but still same concept. Or an
Yeah.
airport. Just go to the airport food court and look around and tell me everyone in there is a real person. Because if you believe they are, you're wrong in so many ways.
Yeah, it's insane. Or even like a sports game, dude. Like, no way all these guys live their real lives.
Facts. I didn't even think about that, but that is 100% facts.
Yeah. But,
Dude,
yeah.
fucking nuts. But we made it fucking Memorial Day weekend. Like I kind of alluded to, had a buddy in town visiting from Alabama. Had a great time. Hit the pool party again, which was fun. Trying to look at what else we did. Just absolute kind of nuts. Went to brunch. Brunch was super fun. We have to hit brunch this weekend too. Get some content for that.
Yeah, I'm down with that. Yeah, and then I was in Austin this weekend. Nothing really crazy, honestly. Like, I went last year, and we stayed downtown, and then this year we stayed in an Airbnb 10 minutes from downtown. But I don't know who the fuck was picking the bars, dude, but they were the shittiest bars, like, atmosphere-wise.
Really? Were they
ever been.
not on 6th?
No, we were downtown. We went to Second's a really cool drag, but we went, dude. I don't know what, like, I don't know. I don't fucking know, dude. I mean, I don't know who the fuck was picking them, like I said, but they were shitty, dude. This one we were at was like, there was this bar with like a fucking 30-inch TV, and it was like $10 beers, which is kind of outrageous. And then you get
$10 beers in Austin?
yeah.
Were they IPAs or were they like fucking Bud Light?
No, it was like IPAs. Bud Light was like 7, but still.
But I mean, that's still, I hate that.
Yeah, dude. So you get your beers. There's no bar seating, and then you walk back to this like patio, and you're sitting under like this oak tree, and there's no music playing. It's like, dude, what the fuck are we doing here? And we sat there for 2 hours. I was like, oh, dude, this is fucking a blast. But yeah, I will say the funniest thing. So last year, I go down there with my dad, uncle, and 2 cousins who are 2 and 3 years older than me. And my dad knows guys from Jersey who live in Austin now, so we go out and golf with them.
Oh, that's a bet.
So it's fun as fuck. So last year, this guy thinks he's Tiger Woods when he plays. Like, he lines up every shot. Like, he reads the green for like 20 minutes. He's one of those guys. And he shoots like mid-90s or maybe high 90s. You know what I mean? So we're on a par 3, and he hits his shot, and it's like just off the edge of the green. So he's got to chip it. So he's lining this fucking thing up for like 10 minutes, and he goes to swing. I don't think he hit the ball. I think he just fucking chunked it totally and hit the fucking grass, and it went like 2 inches. So now he's like fucking pissed off, right? So then he hits it again, and he fucking scolds it, and it goes over the green onto the other side of the fucking rough. So then we finish the hole up, and he's yelling at himself. He's like, oh, you fucking do shit like that. And he takes his clubs. This is last year. He takes his clubs and just fucking flings them. And one of them gets stuck in a tree, right?
So, oh, God. Like a Scotty Cameron just stuck in a tree.
Yeah, so he throws his other club up in the tree, trying to knock it down, and that gets stuck. So we're trying to climb up this tree, trying to get it. He's throwing the fucking cooler in the air. Dude, it was like hysterical, right? And so we finally get it down. And so this year, we play the same course. And we get to the hole, and I'm like, hey, Stevie, here's your hole, man. And he was like, yeah, you know, it is what it is. So this guy lines up, and he's like, fucking, you know, okay, wind's going 5 miles an hour southwest, so I'm going to hit this fucking club. Lines it up, dude. Fucking drops on the green and rolls right into the cup, hole in one.
Wait, what?
Swear to God, dude, like, redemption story of the year. It was crazy. And we went nuts. It was sick.
He hit a fucking hole in one after just it mangled him last year?
Yeah, it was fucking sick. It was fucking hilarious. But yeah, that was probably the highlight of the trip for sure. But it was pretty funny.
Damn, I did not think that that's where that was going.
Yeah, it was. Everyone was like, ah, but it was a good time.
That's fucking legit, man.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, and he just talked about it the whole time. He was like, winds were southwest, so I played my 116 club, and there was a little action on the ball. I was like,
He's that guy.
yeah,
He's like that was totally by design.
yeah, yeah,
Every single decision I made for my entire life was leading up to this
yeah, exactly,
happening.
exactly. He was a funny guy, and I think he's had too many concussions as a kid or something like that. Because
Yeah, it's gotta be.
some of the shit he says, I'm like, what? He'll be like, yeah, you could go left here, but you don't want to go left. You know what I mean? I'm like, nah.
You're like, no, I actually have no fucking clue what you're trying to say.
Yeah, he's just one of those guys. But he's a character. But yeah, Austin was a good time. And it sounds like you guys had a sick Memorial Day down here as well.
Yeah, I know. We got to get the boys back together. We haven't done anything for real in like a month.
No, I know. Last weekend we had a little, 2 weekends ago we had a little like reunion, but it was
for a little bit. But even like 2 weeks
Yeah.
before that, like you were gone or whatever. So yeah, we got to bring the
Yeah, I
boys
know, we're
back.
gonna fucking get the band back together.
Get the band back together. gotta take a cover photo again.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we for sure do. We for sure do.
We'll get it fucking rolling. Now that we don't have any birthdays or people leave, we've had fucking birthdays, people leaving, more people leaving, people coming into town. Like there's just been always something going on, like just out of the ordinary, which it seems like happens every fucking weekend now.
Yeah. So we'll be all right. Month of June we'll ball out. It'll be a good time.
Oh yeah, we'll get it all rolling. We'll bet, man. So we're back, everybody. Thank you again for listening. We'll keep this episode a little bit shorter just because we're all a little bit tired from these past 2 weeks. But we'll be back next Wednesday. Same sort of shit. You know what it's about. We're working on some stuff, some other projects in the back end that should be pretty exciting. So we're working on that, working on some other details with that, and we'll let you know as soon as we can let you know. We will let you know, and it'll be a lot of fun. You guys will enjoy it. So appreciate everybody for watching. Again, if you haven't already, make sure you follow the podcast. Look it up on YouTube. If you type in Jack Hummel, or if you type in Idols to Rivals, you will find it. That is the video version. You will see us and all of our fucking grandeur, and enjoy it a little bit more. I like the video version the best myself. But we'll be back next week. Hope you guys have a good one, and see you then.
Yeah, hey, stay golden.
Stay golden, Pony Boy.